The Mystic Meals Podcast.
The Mystic Meals Podcast.
With your host, Chef Nikki Meow. We talk about food, life. Oh, and we also talk about...
Oh, yeah!
Baby. You better be ready. Right now, here's your host, Chef Nikki Meow. Get it, baby.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another ridiculously awesome episode of the Mystic Meals Podcast with me. I'm your friendly neighborhood homegirl, Chef Nikki Meow, and on this week's episode, I have the pleasure of talking to this wonderful gentleman who is an actor, an artist, a puppeteer, an all-around maniac after my own heart. His name is Jack Venturo, and I'm just going to bring him on because we have a lot to talk about. Well, hello there, Jack. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, and how are you? I'm all stressed and crazy and busy.
I know the behind the scenes shenanigans is just full throttle for you, isn't it?
Yes, always.
Oh my God. That's so exciting though. I've been like all over all your posts lately. I'm like, what is happening? What is this? You did an awesome unboxing with all the puppets and everything. But before we get into all that, let us start quickly with your superhero origin story. Tell me and tell my viewers all about you, who you are, where you're from, and why it is you are the man you are today.
That's a lot of words, but
it is.
well,
but
see.
You don't have. It's okay. You can smush
In
it
1981,
down. Yes,
I was born. I was born in Peru, and then I came here when I was 9 years old, and then I've been just in love with media, puppets, and cartoons, and movies, and TV shows since the beginning of time, and action figures and toys. And I started making art dioramas with toys and action figures, and then I was gifted a pair of puppet eyes, and I built a puppet around it. Used to take it to high school, and everybody was like, "How'd you make that puppet?" And I was like, "Oh, it was through electricity, and it was a weird night, and I made it for revenge so it can eat people." And so then people were like, "That sounds like a cool movie." And I was like, "I'm going to make a movie." So 16, 15, made my first little short and made part 2. And then I've been making movies ever since, and playing with puppets ever since, and playing with toys ever since. And now I'm making my 10th movie. That's kind of a callback to the first movie, which is a puppet, it's people and puppet movie put together. And it's a comedy love story. And right now I'm in the middle of pre-production because I already wrote the script, but I'm buying puppets and getting props and getting locations and doing the casting and then location scouting, and then we start raising money and filming, and then that's where we're at right now.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot, but that I love the consolidated version of all of that. So, do you come from a creative family?
I mean, everybody's pretty much, like generational wise, like I have my dad, my mom, my older brothers. Yeah, I think they all have a little juice in there.
Okay.
Photography and yeah.
I mean, because obviously they recognized that you had something there because they nurtured what you're doing. So
yeah, and my kids now, like the next generation, because my kids and my brother's kids have all gotten even more artistic than me or anybody else. Like they're doing, all their own things. So it's nice to see like the new generation doing
it's continuing
more
on.
Yeah, so that's nice.
Oh, that's so awesome. So do any of the kids like help you with stuff? Do they give you ideas, critiques, anything like that?
I mean, my kids at home, I show them everything, read everything to them. They critique everything. My wife is #1 top critique of everything.
Right.
And then my nephews that are in Florida right now, they're like my go-to connection to that age group. And so if I'm like, "Oh, this is hilarious," and I send it to them, they're like, that was funny 2 years ago, and I'm like, "Oh." So they keep me in check with that stuff. That I do like to bounce stuff off of them because they're on a whole other mindset. I'm like, "You gotta watch this movie; it's hilarious," and they're like, "No, it's
You're
not."
like,
I'm
what?
like,
Right.
So
yeah. No, I mean, it's good to get like different feedback from different, generations because,
Yeah.
you want to like hit everything on all cylinders with everybody,
Yeah.
but still stick to like what it is that you're doing. But it's
Yeah.
nice to have their vantage point with it and be like, no,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And especially kids direct my kids here and wife, because it's like they, nothing. I mean, they like everything I do and everything, but nothing's impressive because I'm the dad, I'm the guy
Right. Yeah.
here.
Yeah. They see it
So
all
it
the time.
doesn't.
Right.
So it's the
Yeah.
most honest thing you can get. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but
Yeah. Right.
stuff like
Right.
that.
It's
Keeps
great
you
to
honest.
be surrounded.
Keeps you
Yeah.
honest.
Yes. It does. It keeps you grounded to what you're doing. Right. Because
Yeah.
like you said, like to them, like you're just dad, like you're just their dad. Right.
Yeah.
So, that's awesome. But dad's got a really cool job. He does really cool things. So
I mean, I
that's
try
great.
whenever they let me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, life, people.
Right.
When I do my own
know.
stuff, but I also I'm always looking for work. I'm always looking for the next gig of
Yes.
voiceover or puppeteering,
Yeah.
editing, anything, whatever I can get. So I'm always out there
Yeah.
freelancing and hustling.
I know.
ABH, always be hustling, always be hustling.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm same. I can relate because it's the same thing. It never ends. It never stops. Especially when you have a little tiny smidge of downtime. That's when like something else comes in. You're like, oh, I could do that too.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So when you so the puppeteering thing obviously led to a lot for you. How did how did it lead you to acting, voice work, all of the stuff that you kind of amalgamated into your everyday?
I mean, so I've been doing it since I was 15 years old, but not until like I think 2015 is when doors opened and I realized that there's more to it because I've been a fan of Jim Henson Company and
Sure.
Dark Crystal and all that stuff
Yes.
like everybody else.
Yeah.
But 2015, Jim Henson Company posted an ad looking for puppeteers to train for their new catalog or whatever.
Right.
And I submitted a video for that, and I got picked. And then I went into the training and did the auditions and everything. So that one, like, I mean, we did like maybe a year or two off and on, 8 weeks here, 4 weeks here, training program on how to do the Henson technique and improv and just everything, so they can have like their army ready to go for whenever there's a project. And so that one, like, I was like, oh, there's other puppeteers. Oh, there's other things going on. Oh, there's jobs. People pay for this stuff.
Yes.
I can also do this and that. So slowly, I just kind of kept going with it. And now it's like my demo reel. I have, all my puppet work, all my voiceover work, and I update it every year based on whatever gig I get. But I think that basically did it. From after 2015, I was just really aiming for those kind of jobs because I know that they're out there.
Yes.
Not so often, not so many, but when they are there, they're fun. And you meet people, you're on set, what's the next thing, and I do this and yada yada, and self-promotion, all that stuff.
Right. I know. It's especially like as a fan, like over the past couple of years, like I've definitely noticed like a huge upswing in people kind of gravitating back towards like puppeteering and putting their own kind of content and spin out there and stuff like that. I think I mentioned Hand Fellows to you. I had them on the show a while back, and that was super fun. And they love doing like movie parodies, and they do the same thing. They create the puppets themselves, and they use cardboard, and it's so like rustic but awesome and funny, and they're so dedicated to it. And as a fan, of course, of like Sesame Street and, Jim Henson's The Muppets and all of that, it's something very, very near and dear to me. So whenever I see somebody I'm like, hey, so when I saw you on Instagram and you were like, oh, I'm making this movie and I'm heeding the call and you can sponsor a puppet and make one and send it in. And I was like, that is so cool. So how did that concept come up for you, like to even do that?
So when I write, I cast in my head like I write two different things. I'm either writing stuff that I'm just writing screenplays that I'll never make, like movies that take place in the 1800s and stuff. I'm like, that's millions of dollars, whatever. So I have those, and then I write stuff that I want to make, which is like shorts and little, and I can afford this and I can afford that.
Sure.
But this new one, I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just see what happens. And I just kind of went on, and I started casting people I know and puppeteers and friends and actors and things like that. And then when I started writing puppet parts, I only own 2 puppets that are my characters, Stanley and Chester. They're all over TikTok and everything. But I was like, ooh, a puppet here, and this is to mix them up. And I'm like, I at the end of it, I counted and I'm like, there's 22 puppets in here. Where am I going to find 22 puppets?
Right.
And I started looking for puppet builders, and there are puppets all over the place that look like whatever you want them to look like. Started getting prices for quotes, and I wanted to keep it like under $500 a puppet. So I found some that are 60, 80, 300, 400, right. And then I'm making my list, and I'm like, how am I going to afford this? And usually what happens is when you make a movie, you have your budget and you're ready to go, and you can go, this is what I need. But I'm still breaking it down part by part. Like I said, I broke down the puppets first, and I'm like, if I get the puppets first, at least I can have them all lined up and I can look at them all. And maybe I can even rewrite some of the script based on what they look like or whatever. Then find the puppeteers that can do maybe multiple characters, different hats or whatever. So I kind of started, backwards on that. And when I, and what I've done before is like, I usually do like an Indiegogo campaign. So for the last movie I did, it was like a $10,000 budget, and I raised $11,000 in a month on Indiegogo, and people donated money to get perks, and I'm like, that's cool. What if I do the same thing, but I don't want to do an Indiegogo? I'll just do it on TikTok and Instagram, see what happens. And it worked. Like I posted 18 puppets. There's only 3 left right now, as of right now. That's so great. Everybody, sending their money, they're going to be a part of it. Yeah. You get to name the puppet. You get to see all the behind the scenes of how the puppet's made, and if it gets shipped and it's already made, and then the puppet's going to say hello to you from the set, a little video, and you get a poster when it's all done, and IMDb credit, yada yada. So it's just what I want to do is I want to always have people be a part of what I'm doing, because I can honestly just film and then put it out and like upload it and like, hey, you go watch it, which is fine. But to me, the whole, like you just said about the other people you were interviewing about, they're making stuff with cardboard and puppets and just making stuff. And like, as of right now, it feels like we need more of that than anything, because especially because of AI, not that there's anything wrong with AI, but I love it. Everything's fine. But we need to also like remember to keep in touch. Keep in touch.
Like literally,
with what we have, and pencil to paper, because I'm the only one that can do that. AI can do it too. But anyway, so that's what basically, having people be part of it, having people own a little something, like, hey, that's a puppet that I paid for last year, and here it is. And also I'm going to use these things forever. These are my puppets now. So they're going to be all over the place, and
they're part of the family.
I think we may do something like that for sets and props and people, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
we need it. Great. I mean, I'm very much the same. Like I always start in the middle and then just kind of work my way in whatever direction it takes me. And I think it's a brilliant way for you to be connected to your fans and followers, and like you said, have them like forever be connected to what your project and what you're doing. And it's going to live on now, because those characters are going to do whatever they're going to do in the future. Like you don't even know yet what's going to happen with all of them. So it's so amazing that it just kind of grew into this kind of movement that you didn't even expect. Were you surprised at the reception of the idea?
Yeah, completely. Like, because I do stupid stuff like that all the time, where I'm thinking, we'll see if it works, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And it's like, I mean, it could be a shot to the ego, like, oh, it didn't work, but it doesn't really do that to me. It just makes me sad about like if it doesn't work, when stuff like that doesn't work, I'm like, man, but people like the Kardashians, like, you know what I mean? Well, what about me?
What do they have that I don't have?
I'm trying to do something here. So, but like, like I posted this thing, and like in an hour already 3 of them were sponsored. I'm like, okay, even if, but that's positive thinking, right? And manifestation. Like when I went to the audition for the Jim Henson Company thing, I was like, I've never been in the lot before. I've driven by, it's 2015, and I'm like, dude, I got an audition. Let me just at least walk in the building, even if they like, we're done, go away. At least I got to walk in the building. I got the audition. I go in the audition. I left. I get in the car. I'm like, well, even if that's the end, at least I got to audition and meet them and yada yada. Then I got the call back. Even if that's the last call. So you have to always keep thinking like that. If I only got these 3 puppets in an hour and that's it, fine, I'll find another way.
That's still something. Yeah, more
it's
than
something better. Even if I got nothing, nothing, people saw, Somebody
Right.
out there knows I'm making a movie.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
even if it doesn't work, it works.
Right.
I don't know how to
Always.
explain it.
No,
I
I
don't
know
know.
because that's all you need to do is just put it out there into the universe, and then like whatever boomerangs back, like it may not
Yeah.
be what you expect or thought, but something always comes back.
Yeah.
One of the things that has happened to me throughout my life too is I used to live in Hollywood, and I lived a few blocks away from Jim Henson Studios, where the old Charlie Chaplin studios used to be. And I used to walk past there with my daughter all the time and look at the big giant Kermit the Frog,
which is gone now.
I know. I'm like, I can't, but I'm glad. I mean, I do have a picture of it though, because I was like, someday. But at one point they were looking for cook staff because they had some type of like a food like hall in there. So I was able to walk in there once. I did audition for the newest version of the Muppet Show that came out a few years ago. And then I worked at the Hollywood Bowl, and we did Muppets at the Bowl one year, and I got to see all of the puppets, and it just, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, just like there's something there. It's in my world, and I love it. Which again is why like I love talking to people like yourself that are all about it, because it's something that means a lot to me. And a lot of other people as well. So I'm really thrilled to see that, you're creating something so positive and fun and engaging with people. I want to know more about Stanley though. Tell me more about him. Because I know you said that you created him when you were young, right?
Yeah. So I built him when I was like 16, 15. And he's just very old. He's like in a glass case now. But I had my friend Kanja, who is a puppet builder. I think a few years ago, he redesigned him. So we have like a new version. And that's the one you'll see on TikTok most of all. And so this is the movie's about the new Stanley basically doing his thing.
So 2.0.
2.0, yeah.
Stanley 2.0. Awesome.
Yeah, he looks nicer now.
Oh,
professional.
Well, he's got a little bit.
Because the old one, I basically made him like out of like a jean leg, like I cut a jean leg, and that fit as here, and then I just put like a shirt and like from a pillow, and I sewed it, and you can see the stitch marks and stuff. So it was good for what it was back then, but times are changing.
Yeah, he needed a little makeover.
It's Hollywood, baby.
Yes, that's right. He's got to get decked for his second debut. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. And you have made other films though. Like what how did that happen for you? I mean, I know you said that you filmed when you were in your teens, but how did you step back into actually filmmaking?
Well, I always wanted to make movies, and the first two puppet movies were like the entryway, because people were asking about puppets, and like I would walk around with my puppet. And so in for example, the first movie, Stanley lays eggs in the toilet, and then in the second movie they hatch. So I'm like, I got to make new puppets. So I made two more, which I don't use anymore. And then the third one I made, it was just me and my friends in high school, and it was just about five guys going to see Star Wars Episode 1 in 1999 and getting lost in the woods for 4 months because they took a wrong turn. And then I moved here, and I did another movie with people at work, and then I was a temp for a while, so I made a movie about being a temp. It was a short. That's that one there. Nice. And then I did, and that's the Friends, Lost in the Wilderness, and there's Death of Tempo. And then that Repossession is that one there. And so that one was the latest one in 2019. And it's like 20 minutes short. And then that one during COVID, because everything was shut down, everything's crazy, but people were like using their art to like entertain people. And so I just put out a notice, again, another stupid thing. And I'm like, hey, who wants to be in a movie? You can work from home and just be at home making the movie. And like literally I got, I don't even know how many, like 50 people. And so that movie is literally just made by people sending me footage from their house, and I edited it all here and we put it together. Nice. So I just want to make movies. My ideal goal would be to make a new movie a year, but life, money, time,
stuff.
So now we're at the 10th movie, which is and I also did a fan film for the Jim Henson Company for the Dark Crystal, which was, I built the puppets for that too. And so, just literally just whenever there's a chance to make something, I want to make something. And either I do it real quick or I do it and it takes a year, or it's going to take a year and a half, like the one I'm
Right.
working on now.
Right.
But yeah, like just want to have fun and make movies because, the movies, I love movies so much that I watch them all day long, all the time. I have movies that I watch over and over again.
Sure.
I love to discover new movies, go to the movie theater at least once a month if I can.
Mm-hmm.
And they outlast and outlive us all. Like,
Yes.
I want to make something that will be there for as long as the digital world allows. I don't know. But that's because I love art and I love storytelling. Like these things, dioramas that I make, it's just action figures, but I build a set around it, tell a story, sketch, art, paint, sculpture, whatever.
Yes.
I just like to tell stories, basically.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So movies are the main media that I like to do more than anything, if I can.
Do you remember what the first movie was that had like the biggest impact on you that you remember seeing?
It's weird because like that's like part of the origin story. So my brothers, my older brothers, when I was in Peru, they would watch like Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, that kind of stuff. So I'm like, I want to watch that, and my brother's like, no, you don't watch this yet. This is for us. Here, you watch this, and he gives me Dark Crystal.
Okay.
And I'm like, what's this? And
right.
I put it in the VCR, and I'm just like, and I watched that thing until I broke it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he's like, you're ready now. Here's Return of the Jedi. Here's Empire
Strikes Back. You have been initiated. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, and here's the Wizard of Oz. And I'm like, what?
Yes.
And in my dumb little head, I thought that these things were all real. And like the Dark Crystal was a real place and real things.
Right.
And so not until later on, then I'm like, oh, those are puppets. Oh, that's a guy that made it. Oh, we made a movie. Oh, somebody carved the wall and made the art that and I'm like, I want to do all of that, and then that was it. So it's a lot of like, there's Dark Crystal, the Wizard of Oz, Star Wars, obviously, and then just being alone watching movies. There's freaking Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Beastmaster. I mean, we can go on for miles and miles.
Yes, Beastmaster. That's a guilty pleasure film for sure.
Just the cheesiest, weirdest, awesomest thing.
But it's great though. I mean, oh my goodness. I remember the scene when they're at the trees and those things rise. I forget what they're called, but that was insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they just like drop the things.
Yes.
That's
and then
cool.
I
used to do that to my kids too. I had a blanket. I'm like, and then just like eat them up and blah, and then walk away.
Exactly.
And they're just like,
Yes. I loved that movie. I mean, the concept of it too, like just him being able to communicate with the animals and his hawk or eagle, like being able to see through the eyes. Like it was just so good. Flash Gordon is another one. It's a great cheesy. The production value on that was insane. The costumes, all of that, and that's the kind of stuff I grew up with too. Just like this, like fantasy,
like never-ending story.
Yes. I saw that one in the movies, and I remember like my mom's friend took her children, and she said, like you might want to take her, but I don't know if she'll get it, if she'll understand it.
Yeah,
I was in that movie, like in it, and then at the end, the whole thing when it's like when they start talking to the audience, I was like. That moment. And I mean, it's brilliant, like beyond storytelling. And I even have a first edition of the book signed by the author that I found at a Goodwill when I first moved to Hollywood for $1.
Dang.
$1. I looked at, I said, no way. I was like, no way. And I grabbed it and bought it. And I was like, I was so thrilled with it. So it's a treasured thing. And the book is so different, but it is illustrated. It's beautifully done. It's written so well. So all those things, like,
and never-ending story too. Like that's why we have to keep making things, because of the nothing will take. If you don't make anything, you're not creating the human world. Like we have to keep going.
It's true. I mean, that's why, like, and I say this a lot on the show. It's like, to me, that's the biggest form of rebellion that we could do, is to continue to create and put it out there and encourage other people to do the same. It's like, no, like, I know there's something you can do too. Like, just because you can't do this doesn't mean you can't do that. So I think it's great that people like you were out there, like just doing it, and not really, thinking too hard about how am I going to do? I don't know. Just make the move and just put it out there and get it done. And then look at what's happened. You know what I mean? Like, you had an idea, you put it out there, and now it's blossomed into this thing. And you've got all these people coming at you with puppets wanting to be involved, and they're beautiful. The ones you unboxed today, like the four out of, oh my God, I was like, wow. Like, and I really appreciate like the craftsmanship and the time and the passion that people put into that. So that really, there's so much life in each one, so for you to be kind of now the keeper of those things. And, I know like you're going to represent them well, no matter what. But it's heartwarming to see that there's so many people like-minded, right, that want to be a part of something that you didn't really think was going to be what it is now. That is so cool.
And it's like the puppeteer, the puppet builders that make them, they're like, I made those, I've used them, blah blah blah. They ship them, and now they're like, hey, if anybody else wants them, I also have more puppets. And then the people that sponsored them, like, I posted, and it's like, oh, that's my baby, and it's like, that's awesome, it's just more ownership and more stuff. And whenever they see them again, they're gonna be like,
no, I mean, because so many brilliantly talented people don't get seen, for whatever rhyme or reason. And it's not like they're not putting their work out there. It's just like it just gets flooded or like whatever. And the fact that now they have like a benchmark for themselves to be like, yep, that's me, that's mine, I did that. Like, they can point to that. And again, like that, it's really significant. Like, I don't take that kind of stuff lightly. So I think it's really amazing that so many different people are now a part of what you've done, what you're doing. So how do you think this is going to go forward now? Like, what's the next step with this project?
So once I have all the puppets, I'm gonna go back and do another rewrite, and then I'm still breaking the script down as to like locations and settings, and morning, day, afternoon, night, when we're filming, and then I have to put it in order. So it's like, okay, we have a living room scene in the morning in the beginning, and then living room scene at night at the end of the movie, and it's blah blah blah. So we have to do all of those things in one day.
Right?
What else can be done in one day, or with these people? So that's one day, click, and then I just have to do that whole thing. And then once that schedule's done, then I can see how much everything's going to cost. And then once we have that, I'll be able to do an Indiegogo campaign to be able to raise that money. Or, and I was even thinking about doing it like in 3 stages, maybe pre-production, production, and post. Instead of, raising whatever it's going to be, just raise like 3 different chunks, which could be a difference, because I could have also just gotten all the puppets from one person, but I was finding different styles and different ways, different looks from different people. And I'm like, they actually look different, but in the same universe. And that's really cool. And all of these guys are from, different countries and states too. It's not just LA puppet makers, so they're creatures you have never seen and probably would never see instead of this. So that kind of opens up my head to go, oh, well, locations can work that way, and sets and actors and the puppeteers too. So just thinking outside the box. It's a non-union film, which makes it a little, it's hard. Harder and easier, because easier for me because I can find whoever the hell is available. But it's harder because I mostly know union people. So it's like, hey, you want to be in this? It's like, I can't. Dang.
I can't.
So I'm literally starting from scratch, because most of my puppeteer friends I know are in the union. So that's basically where we're at right now. Just step by step. I have so much to do, but like, it's literally just kind of chunking it and chopping it up into bits. Otherwise, it's too crazy
as you go along.
Because normally you'd have like a crew doing this. You'd rent your office, and you'd have the first AD and the production designer and the art director. Like, I'm doing it all myself. So I have to, hey, sweetie.
I mean, because you have to formulate how it's going to work for you with what you've got going on and your everyday life. And, you need to make sure you're present for each thing. So you're not like, stressed out over something. And, the fact that you're going about it in such an unconventional way makes sense. because you're creating everything as you're going along. So it's not, it's formulaic, but it's not. Like you have the backbone and the structure from all of your experience, but you're also creating something in a way you've never done before, really. So there's a lot of like whimsy and like spontaneity that's going to happen. And the fact that all of these puppets are coming from different people, like I said earlier, like they all have their different personalities and look, and it's really like actors, like they're all going to be different, but yet the same. They're all going to make sense. And that's what got me like really excited about the whole thing, because I was like, they're all going to look so different, but yet they're still in the same world, the same wheelhouse. And it's just, it's a great approach. So I'm super thrilled.
Me too.
Everybody. Yeah. I mean, it's really cool, man, you know, especially when you can collaborate with other people and get to meet people that you probably never would have, you know, otherwise. It's great. It's an invigorating thing. So I'm super thrilled.
And they're keepers too, because you never know when other projects come up or somebody needs, and it's like, I know somebody, you know?
Yeah. That's so awesome. That is so cool. So let's talk about food a little bit for a second before we, you know, get any deeper into the madness. Do you or anyone in your family like to cook?
Yeah, I cook.
What do you like to cook?
Well, so one of the things one of the stupid things I did was I did a YouTube show for like a year and a half, and it's me and my puppet Chester and my grill, and we basically just I grill and I cook, and it was like cooking show. And he never got to eat. He was just kind of the sidekick. And I did that for a while. That was really cool too, because I did that, and like I got a sponsorship from a grill company. I got sponsorship from a charcoal company. So they were paying for my charcoal and my equipment and my tools and my food. So it was great. Nice. But it was a lot of work. It was like 2 to 3 days a week, and it was not, I wasn't able to do anything else. So it was like fun and great, but like But so I mostly I'm grilling and cooking outside, but it's a full outdoor kitchen, and so I also cook, and I've been cooking my whole life. But these ungrateful kids, every time I cook now, what's that? I'm like, you know what? You know, and it's like, I don't like the pepper. And it's like, and it's just been like, wait, you guys want to cook? You want me to cook every night? You want to eat every night?
Right.
Like, what is this? Then if the family wants to eat every night.
Yes.
No, that's
all the
too
time.
much.
Yeah,
that's insanity. Exactly. And then it's summer, so now they want snack. They want breakfast snack, lunch snack,
second breakfast,
dinner snack, midnight snack. 11Z second breakfast. All of it. So the cooking has slowed down a lot, and also like, you know, everything's just so like you want to. I mean, you could go out to eat dinner, but like cooking is still better. Sure. So I mean, right now I haven't cooked that much. I just started grilling again. Maybe I grilled chicken on Saturday for Father's Day. That was fun.
Oh, happy Father's Day! That's right.
Yay!
Happy Father's Day to you. Yes. What did you make besides the chicken?
I just did two chickens on the grill. They were Peruvian seasoning chickens, and then my wife made chili, so we just had that, and that was it.
Very nice, yummy.
Simple but good.
What is a favorite go-to for you, food-wise?
To cook, to eat, or to go get?
All of it.
Oh.
All of the above.
I'm gonna answer like 8 of your questions with this one thing. Okay. If life could be perfect, it would be breakfast, which is my breakfast, which is literally like, the breakfast can be something different. We'll get to that. I would do sushi for lunch every day of my life.
Okay.
And I would do pasta and wine for dinner every night of my life.
Nice. That's
that.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Because that's my everything.
Breakfast varies. Like, are you like an eggy breakfast kind of guy? Are you
you gotta have an egg in there.
Okay.
So as of right now, I'm with my 2 fried eggs and my toast. I do 1 toast, cut it in 2, 1 fried egg.
There you go.
2 little turkey links, 2 little turkey bacon strips, black coffee.
There you go.
Done. Oh, and a slice of cheese.
There you go.
That's what I'm doing. But on the weekends, on the Sundays, I'm making French toast, or wife is making pancakes, and we make real bacon and real sausage, and we just go crazy. And we do a pot of coffee, not the like little
like
turkey
a little espresso cup.
We don't do one French press and
Yeah.
and then like turkey. No, this is like like we go crazy on Sundays. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, that's what Sundays are for. You know, you should indulge a little bit. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? What would you say is a guilty pleasure meal?
Guilty pleasure, man. I would say it's pasta because
it makes you feel naughty.
Well, naughty. Oh man.
Like I shouldn't have had that, but it was good.
Every time I go to like a restaurant, I overeat. That's all. It should not be going out to restaurants. That's all.
Do you order a lot of food, or you just eat everything?
One of my things is like I like to ask, is it like this, or like a this, or like is it enough to like for two people to share, or is it for one person? You could share it if you want, or you could just okay, I'll have that one for me. Like stuff like that. It's like I'm out, man. I'm out. I'm not cooking. And I'm ordering stuff that I don't know how to cook. Like I'm not gonna go out somewhere and order a steak because like no one's gonna cook a steak like I do. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm ordering stuff like, oh, I don't know. I'll go to any restaurant. I'll order like I don't know how to make that. I'll get that, and the most of it, plus appetizers and and then I leave. I'm just like, I go home. I gotta take a Prilosec and some Tums. And I'm sleeping on my side, and like everything burns.
Yeah, I know.
So that's all. I'm disgusting. I just want to overeat everything. I have a love-hate relationship with food. I love food, but it hates me.
It doesn't like me very much, but I love you.
Even sushi. See, I'm like, oh, I would eat sushi for lunch. There's no control. This is my sushi I ordered. Freaking rainbow roll plus whatever specialty roll of that place is.
Nice.
So 2 big old rolls, and then I'll eat everybody's leftover. Like I'm done.
Yeah, I got it.
And miso soup and the whole thing.
Yeah,
I overeat. I have to relax with that. It hurts.
I have to tell myself to stop. No, I hear you. I mean, I do the same thing. Like when I go out to eat, like I tend to order like what I want, and then I'm like, okay, now what? It's just me. It's just me.
But you're celebrated because you're out. You're
right. Exactly. And I don't get.
And they cooked it. You want to make them feel good about what they cooked.
I'm treating myself and giving myself a break from it, so I may as well just go for it.
And I can't leave food on the plate because that is not how I was raised.
Oh yeah, no, it's coming home. It is.
You eat everything. It's
going to be breakfast, second breakfast, third lunch. Yeah, it will not go to waste. That's for sure.
And everything can be reheated. Everything you can take home.
Yes.
But sushi can't because, first of all, it's not hot. But if you put it in the refrigerator, what happens to the rice? It messes up. So sushi can't be taken home. Guess what? You have to eat it all in one sitting. Yeah. That's why you got.
Yeah,
it's so sick.
It is. It's a twisted game that we play with it. But you know what? I always win. I don't know about you, but I always win the game. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got wasabi. I have my ginger. I have I've got all my ponzu. I got everything I need.
Now you're making me hungry.
Yeah,
this is not good for me right now.
That's what happens on this show, especially because I'm always doing this around dinner time. For people, so it's like I only had one person actually eat on the show, and they were eating sushi. It was sushi that they were eating, which you would think would be a thing, but no. But yeah, usually like after this, like we either like we just run to the kitchen and kind of fix ourselves. Okay, so then let me ask you my $1 million question that I love to ask everybody on the show. So if you could describe yourself as a 3-course meal, an appetizer, entree, and dessert, what would you be and why?
Describe yourself in a 3-course meal?
Yes. So if you were going to present yourself on a platter, like, what would you be? How would you want people to perceive you as a starter, an entree, and a dessert?
Dang. That's a weird one. I'm not a dessert person. But my wife makes cheesecakes, and I do like cheesecakes now that I know that how they're made and stuff because she makes them.
Right.
I would say, you ever heard of papa rellena?
Yes.
So it's from Peru. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's from different countries too. But I know it's from
feel
Peru.
like we all have our own little version.
Yeah, like a ceviche. Everybody's got their own thing. So no, come at me.
No,
But
I'm
Peru
not.
ceviche is the best, and it's the
I
first
know.
one ever made.
I know,
And
but
it's
it's like,
where it
no,
all
it's not. It's over here. Yeah, like
Yeah. So I would say maybe
all
like
the flags,
a.
okay?
And for those who don't know, a papa rellena is basically you mush potatoes, and then you grab potatoes and you make a little shell, and then you put meat and other things in there, and then you wrap it, and so it looks like a potato, because then you fry it up, and then when you cut it, there's meat inside, so it's a filled potato, but it's not potato. It's
I've
mashed
never
potato.
had one I didn't like.
Exactly. You can put whatever the hell you want in it. It's perfect.
Delicious. Yeah.
So I would say that it would say that to start a little one of that,
All
and then
right.
I would say a T-bone steak, and then I would say a cheesecake.
All right.
That's so gross.
No, not at all. I mean, there's no wrong answer. I mean, it's really just like what you know, how you would think like, okay, so that is your heritage and it's what you like in the middle. And then the end is something unexpected that you didn't really think you were going to like so much, but now you love. So
yeah,
it makes sense, you know? And like, I always say this, like I treat that question like a bit of a Rorschach test of like what you're going to say. Cause some people really simplify themselves. You know, some people are caviar and oysters and, you know, filet mignon with champagne. And some people are chili cheese fries and a cheeseburger and nachos, you know, like, but it suits them.
Oh, so it's like a psychological thing now that I think about it. Like papa rellena, like it's from Peru when I was little, and when I was little in Peru, I didn't used to eat any food because I hated food, and so but now I do. So it's like my past, and then the steak is like I've perfected how to make a T-bone steak, and it's my favorite, and so that's my present. And then my wife, which is my future and my all, and she's the one that made the dessert.
Yes.
So it's like all the three. Wow, that is a question.
Yeah, that's why I asked it, because it's kind of like my James Lipton, like inside the actor studio question, like if you know, what would you want to hear God say when you reach the pearly gates, kind of thing. But it makes people kind of think, because it's like how would I like present myself if I was food, and how would I tell that story? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how could you get to know me in 3 courses? So
cool.
to say, I think it's that's why I do that. That's why I asked, because it's like an interesting question. And like some people really overthink it, and they really go there, you know, they're like, well, I would have the candles lit on the table. And, you know, I'm like, oof, like, okay, we're getting into it. Let me get comfortable.
With some lighted candles.
Yes, that set the mood, the ambiance, you know, the music. Like, what kind of music are we listening to? Like,
I got the lighted candles and classical music and a red wine, and that'll be it.
Yes, very nice, very nice. No, that's a great meal. I love it. I'd throw down. I'd be like, let's go, man. So the cheesecake part, though, like, does she make plain cheesecake, or does she put like any kind of toppings on it, or is it
any cheesecake? So at first, when we first met, she's like, I make cheesecake. I'm like, ugh. She's like, what's wrong with that? I'm like, how are you going to make a cake out of cheese? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, what is it, like cheddar cheese? Like you cut it and it's just all cheese.
My God.
Yeah. And I'm like, they have a factory for it and you have to go in there and eat cheesecake.
Yeah.
Like, she goes, no, idiot. Like, that's nothing at all. And so she's like, let me make one. I'm like, how about it's going to smell like cheese in here? Like, so she taught me, and she made an Oreo crust strawberry cheesecake.
Wow. She went for it.
It changed my life.
She's like, you're going to learn today, baby.
Yeah. And so that was the first one I had, and that's my favorite. But she made like a caramel one, and she's made, I forget, everybody asked for cheesecake from her. So she's always making it. Mostly she makes them like holiday time, winter time, but anytime anybody's asking for cheesecake. But that one's my favorite one.
The first one, the strawberry Oreo?
No, strawberry Oreos, man. Oreo cookie crust. So she gets the Oreo cookies, crushes them up, makes the crust. Like, what? I didn't know you could do such a thing, because I don't bake at all, so I don't know anything. But, you know, that was my introduction to them.
The creativity goes all over the place. You know what I mean? Especially when you're in the kitchen, like you could really, especially if you just know how to cook and you know how things come together. You know, it's the same. I'm sure it's the same for you. Like when you're creating, period. It's like you already know, like you know how to do it. It's just a matter of grabbing the right ingredients, the right this, the right that, and getting it to where you know it's good. That's so sweet though, that she's like, I got you, baby.
Yeah.
Like, and if that's the only dessert you ever eat, that's great.
And she cooks. She can follow a recipe great. Recipes for me, I'm like, TBS, what?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I like to cook just like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like
Willy-nilly.
always
Yeah.
start with the garlic and the onions and the butter and caramelize
Right.
that, and then whatever seasonings, and then I
Yeah.
just kind of go from there. But like
Right.
she'll try to improv, and it's just like, here's a recipe. But she's like, recipe,
Yeah. It's all written down. It's all good.
Yeah.
No, I know. Like, I'm at a point too where like I don't really need the recipe. Like, I already, you know what I mean? Like, I already know. I don't like, but then like when someone asks you for a recipe and then you have to sit and like kind of like, oh, okay, no,
Yeah.
I got to figure that out now. Okay, yes, it's
I'm like, I just put whatever the ancestors tell me,
right,
man.
yeah, exactly. When they tell me I'm done, that's what we do. Exactly. You cook.
You know what I don't like about recipes? When you do the recipe, let's say for example, they say 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon of honey,
Right.
1 tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm like, you can't. You just wet my spoon with honey.
Yeah.
So now I have to wash it and
Right.
put cinnamon in. Put it in order from dry stuff to wet stuff. So when
Right.
I make my recipes, I do it in that order, so you can always use the same thing. Because like once you get the soy sauce, that spoon's dirty.
Yeah.
You're gonna put honey in there, like you already took that much thickness off of the spoon.
Right.
And now it's not a 1 tablespoon, it's like a half a
It's
tablespoon. I
less
don't know.
than that. Yeah.
So that's
yeah.
why like I have to analyze everything.
Yes.
And recipes confuse me, but I rewrite my recipes, and when I grill, I make my recipes, and it's based on that, and it's like sectioned off because I'm very like that.
Yeah. Well, it has to be regimented. And
I'm very
organized.
sick with organization.
Yeah. Well, but you have to make it work for you and how you do things, so that's why I'm saying like it's so individualistic when people cook, because everyone has their own way of doing it. And especially like when you're a trained chef and you see how other, like it's hard to not want to like jump in and say something when you see somebody doing something a certain way, but that's how they do it, and that's why it comes out the way it does, because of how they're doing it. So because you could give the same
but
person,
then they tell their stories.
Right. And you could give 3 different people the same recipe and you're going to come out with 3 different things because of how they all individually put their little spin and their style on it. And delicious, I'm sure, you know what I mean? But just their own little taste. And, that's the beauty of being able to share that kind of stuff with people, is seeing like what their interpretation of it is, just like you did with the puppets in your movie. And what people brought to the table, like literally is just like, that's a big giant cookbook on its own. With this whole thing. So where can people find you and stalk you on social media?
I have my name at Jack Venturo everywhere: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. That's pretty much it. YouTube. And my website, jackventuro.com, is for everything: my art, my movies, my cooking, everything. And Venturo Productions is the movies only. That's basically it. So you got Jack Venturo, Venturo Productions. That's it.
It's all me, baby.
It's all me, baby.
That's great. So aside from what you're working on now, like, do you have any other projects that you are also spinning right now? Like, how many plates are spinning for you?
So this project was actually going to be like 2 different ones, and then when I decided to put them together, because it was going to be a TV show first.
Okay.
And a series on YouTube or whatever, and then it was going to be a different movie. And then when I put them together, I'm like, oh, it's better if everything's together as one thing. But I do have I wrote another movie that I was going to make before this one, and it's just all live action. There's no puppets, but it was going to be filming in the streets of LA and way too expensive. So that one's in the back burner, but that one's still,
it's still there.
As soon as this one's done, I'm going to that one. There's always something, man. I got stuff back there that you can just pull out and and ideas all the time. It's a blessing and a curse.
I know. Tell me about
you get ideas and then you're like, oh wait, I don't have.
I know. It never ends.
$1 trillion, so let's not do
ends. That. I mean, I published a book last year, and that was an odyssey in and of itself, and it's a whole thing. It's like a 13-part series that's like in my mind, like it's already, So like you already know like the madness that comes, and then the characters and the like. There's so much that happens that you don't think about when you're doing it. at all.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think about merch. I didn't think about like the, you know, anything. You know what I mean? Like it just was like, I'm going to write this book, I'm going to put it out there and then call it a day and move on to the next thing. So, and that's just what I do. It's like constant, just always cooking.
And sometimes that's great enough and that's all you need. It's like, as long as you get it out of it, because creativity that gets stuck inside you just becomes anxiety.
Yes, it does.
And
it hurts.
You get it out. Yeah. Get everything out as much as possible.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes, absolutely. Even if it's just on paper.
Just get it. But even on paper, man, it's physical. You know, you made something exist that didn't exist before.
Right. Exactly.
Everything has been made by somebody or something that wanted to make something that didn't exist before. And that's like beautiful. That's awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I mean, animals can't do that. All they do is procreate and poop.
Oh my God.
That's what they make. You can find some antlers in the woods. Maybe that's about it. They don't make. We're the only ones creating stuff.
Yes. Yes. Very much so. Very much. So what advice would you have for people that are maybe hesitant or, you know, they don't want to pull the trigger or they are kind of like locked into their, I can't do that, or I don't know how. Like what would you say to someone who is like,
just do it?
Yeah.
It's literally, okay. So the creative mind conflict, the conflict of the creative mind with the cynical mind and the adult mind, because when you're a kid and you're at a restaurant waiting for your food, they give you crayons and a paper and you immediately start doodling.
Yeah.
And then they take it away from you when you become an adult.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if everywhere you went, you had a freaking crayon to draw with? You'd relax. You know, now we got iPads, but I'm saying back in the day. And you'd see kids, you know, doing things. But what the hell was I saying? Oh, so anyway. But so what happens later on is that when you're a kid, you're just doodling and coloring and like, Daddy, this is you. And this is great. And then later on, it's like, you know, I can perfect it. I got to get better. I'm getting older. And it's not perfect. And this and that. And then you start getting into, well, look what they made. It's not as good as I made. And then you literally poison yourself with what's around you. Instead of letting the things inspire you, they block you. So it took me so long to figure out and realize, and literally the past few, maybe 2 or 3 years, is that none of this is real. And we're not really here. And we don't exist. No.
Right, exactly.
I mean, it's all, to a certain extent, man, like, just do what you gotta do. Even if one person, if whatever you make, if it resonates with one person, you're already winning. And if it resonates with you, you've won it all already.
Exactly.
So even if you're the only person, like I watch my own TikToks and I laugh. I watch my own YouTube cooking videos and I'm like, that was great. Like,
that was really good. Yeah.
Even with I already won because it exists and I can watch it anytime I want. I puppeteer in that project. I directed it. I wrote it. I started it. It's my own thing.
Like I did that. Yeah.
It has 100 views on YouTube. But 50 of those are mine. It doesn't matter. I'm not making money off of it. But it's done, dude. It's done. You know what I mean? And somebody actually asked me, like, hey man, you got a brisket recipe? I sent them the link of my thing.
There you go.
Like, come on.
Do I have a recipe?
So literally just make something, make whatever. And bro, like everybody's got a 4K camera in their pocket now. So it's not even, you know, when I started in, 1996, we had VHS camcorder with a tape inside it. I had to put a blank tape in this VCR and that tape in it, and then use the TV to pause it, record it, and play and record. And like, now it's right there.
It's so
light rings for your phone and editing. TikTok has one of the best editing solutions in their own app by itself. Like just millions of things are uploaded every day. What's one more?
Right. Exactly.
That's all. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. What I'm making may not be beautiful and it may not look pretty and all that, but damn it, it's going to be mine and it's going to be yours.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about what we talked about today next year when we watch it, and it's going to be awesome. And then I'll die and that thing will hopefully still be there. Hopefully nobody deletes it. But it's like, that's literally it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's it. Just make stuff.
Just do it. Just get out there.
And do your best. Nothing's wrong with doing your best. Do your best.
Right.
Just do your best.
Yeah,
That's it.
it only
Do the
has to.
best
It
what you
doesn't
got.
have to make sense to anybody else as long as it makes sense to you. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
absolutely. Sound advice, brother. I love it.
And as long as it doesn't hurt you or hurt anybody else, and it makes you
Right.
happy, then you're doing the right thing.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
That's all I got.
And we need it. We need more art. We need more creativity. We need more stories told. We need to hear the story. Only you can tell your story, right? Like only you can prevent forest fires. So
yeah. Smokey says so.
Smokey, yeah. Smokey says this.
And yeah, everybody's got their own story and everybody's got their own unique twist. And like you said, everybody can cook the same recipe and it's going to come out different.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
that's the beauty of it. That's what we want. You know, like we don't want the same. We want different. We want something new, something we haven't seen or heard or tasted, smelled, anything. You know what I mean?
And
like,
that's what my new movie's all about. Now that you mentioned it.
Sights,
new,
sounds,
fresh.
and smells.
Yes.
Yes. We have all the senses covered, baby.
Yeah. Scratch and
Smell-o-vision's
sniff.
coming.
Ooh, that's a cool idea. That's a
Right?
cool idea. So you donate to the movie, and then I'll send you a scratch and sniff.
Yeah.
And then whatever scene you're watching, because there's a lot of food in the movie too.
Yep.
Maybe whatever scene you're watching, you'd be like, take out card A, and you're like,
There you go.
oh, I
Interactive.
smell the pasta.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
See,
So then
always
you trick them a little bit. You can give them like the bleh smell, like the bleh. Like, wait a minute.
Oh God.
I love that. I love that. Choose your own story. Remember that was like the flip books, like back when we were young, you could like flip it to different parts. It was like segmented and you could open it and then make it happen one way or another. I fucking love it.
I didn't read books when I was young. I'm sorry.
Not me. I was busy. I
was watching stuff like this. I'm not a reader. These are picture books. Sorry.
They're all pop-ups.
They're all most of them are literally picture books.
Nice.
People are like, have you read all those? Like the descriptions of the pictures?
Yeah, I browsed through them all.
Yeah. No. My wife reads. She's like 300 books a year, but not me.
Yeah.
I read the same sentence over and over again.
When I was younger, that was like my world. Like books, movies, TV, cartoons, food, all of that. I was such a geek and a nerd, especially for cooking shows. Bob Ross was another one. I was like, that's my dad, and no one's telling me that he's not.
You were a geek, not anymore,
yes,
right?
I was, not now. No,
Yeah,
I've grown out of that.
Yeah.
Never. I mean, I'm worse now than I was then. Oh my God.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
good.
no, and passing it on, of course, teaching my daughter the same thing.
Yeah.
I could not. I mean, I think we went out the other day and she had a My Pet Monster shirt on, and like this guy was like, "No way!" And I was like, "That's right."
Gotta continue and pass down the whimsy, man.
Just like you're doing with your kids too. You know, you got to pass it on, keep the torch lit. That's
Try
what we
my
got to
best.
do. Indeed. Indeed. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be with me and talk about what you have going on. I really appreciate it. And I'm so excited to see where this goes for you and everybody that's involved. And I will be posting up the links to everything you have. And when you get ready for your campaign, I will be one of the first in line to share and
that's beautiful.
Hopefully contribute a little something to it so we can make this happen. And I appreciate you very much.
I appreciate you. Thank you for this, man. This is beautiful.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. And thank you all for watching and hanging out with us. And we will see you again in the next one. Meow, meow.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye to you, sir. Until we meet again. Yes, that was good. That was great. Awesome. We're keeping that.
You've been listening to the Mystic Meals Podcast. The Mystic Meals Podcast with your host and producer, Chef Nikki Meow. Kick-ass music by 3 Parts Acid. Follow 3 Parts Acid at 3 Parts Acid on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. The amazing artwork by Art by Bruce 13. Follow Art by Bruce 13 on Instagram. And I'm your voice with the most. I'm Jason Neer. This has been the Mystic Meals Podcast. The Mystic Meals Podcast, copyright 2026. See you next time, kids.